Hi, Bryce Wilson here. I'm here with Lawrence Williford, Creative Director and Partner at EMG. This is another edition of our Talk About. Today we're going to be talking about Day. Lawrence just recently went to the Ignite conference in Chicago.
I did.
And we have a pretty important relationship with Day. Can you describe that a little bit?
Sure. With Day Communicate, Bryce, we've been a silver partner for a couple of years now. What that means that from a partnership level is that we develop not only the implementation of Day, because we have developers here in-house, but we also develop strategy, wireframes, creative. We do the full 360, if you will. So we've been partners with them for a while. We went to the first Ignite conference. I did not attend that one. I heard that went really well. This one was, from what I heard from the last one, was 100 times better in all aspects. And the fact that they had over 360 people show up. They actually gave out iPads to everyone who showed up, which was pretty impressive.
You, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Good first conference.
So yeah, Kevin and myself were there. We got 2 iPads. But the most impressive thing about that was not only did they give iPads out, but they actually had iPad an application, and the application was with the Day CQ54, which was they were going to give a sneak preview of later on in the conference, and that backend was to a front end on an application that they had developed, and the application was actually about the conference. So as soon as you sign in, you get the iPad. You go ahead and you go up and you get the iPad application. As soon as you have the application, you're now involved in the conference on this, kind of one-to-one experience where you have your agenda. You can actually tweet when you go into the actual sessions. You can sign up for sessions online. You can see who the speakers are. It was pretty robust and impressive, and I think a lot of people were not only impressed with the application itself, but the fact that it tied into the Day CQ 5.4, which we were going to get to see a little later on.
Right,
so.
right. That made it good to have it all on your hand, at your fingertips.
It did. And
usually they're giving out pamphlets and stuff. You have to flip through pages.
I've never seen so many people just walking around with an iPad that were so engaged. So
it was a Mac convention almost.
It
right?
was.
Well, that's good. That's good. You said you saw a sneak preview for the CQ 5.4.
Yeah, we were able to. The Chief Technology Director of Day, he actually went on stage, and this is obviously the reason why people were there. They got iPads, which was nice. It was definitely a bonus. But what they really were there for is to preview what this 5.4 meant to them. A lot of these people already had either purchased Day, were looking to purchase Day, or were there because for certain sort of technology, they've been looking at other companies, and they know that this type of new rollout might be the thing that took them to the next level to actually purchase. So with that in mind, we sat down kind of not knowing what to expect, and they went from 10 to 1 of the new parts of this rollout and what that was going to mean to everyone that if they were to purchase or had already purchased 5.3. And we were pleasantly surprised. I mean, there were a lot of really impressive features that were added to the application. One of the features was that it had iPad templates, and I think that's one of the reasons why they wanted to kind of show how that could integrate with Day already, which was brilliant. And that you could actually go into the interface, you'd view it in the iPad format, you'd be able to switch it from vertical to horizontal to see how your template laid out, and it worked with CQ 5.4 with the back-end part of it, the technology end of it. They also had that for the phone. One of the things was HTML5 video. So you had the ability to actually upload video to your Day DAM system, and then that gave you the ability to actually implement that to the phone as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was really impressive, the phone. I mean, the interface had changed a little bit, which I think people were surprised about but happy about, and the fact that you could roll over in the top, and it was very WYSIWYG, very intuitive to figure out which sort of phone you wanted to choose. You'd pick that, the interface would come up, and you'd be able to design within that. It's pretty robust, and I think a lot of people were very excited about it.
Well, that's cool. That sounds exciting. Key element of that is probably Adobe's purchase of Day.
Yeah, that was definitely a big one. So, yeah, with Adobe, I'll talk on that a little bit. Adobe had purchased Omniture, which Omniture is one of the biggest search engine optimization backends, basically, if you will. They basically, anything that comes from search engine marketing, Omniture is just the king of it. So after they'd purchased Omniture, they kind of had, we were thinking, how does that really relate to Adobe? And the missing link was basically a purchase of some sort of software like Day. So once we heard about the purchase of Day, it kind of got us thinking of what does this mean for Adobe in the future. Well, they kind of let us know a little bit, and it's pretty groundbreaking stuff. So if they have the ability to now be able to search and do analytics tagging, how does that really relate to what Adobe does when you think of Photoshop and InDesign? Well, with the purchase of Day, this means now with Day plugins, if you purchase Day, you'll have a plugin for Photoshop or InDesign, and InDesign is what they showed us. So through the DAM system, you have the ability through Day to upload photos. With those photos, you have the ability to now go into InDesign through this plugin and use that directly into your designs. And from a designer standpoint, it's amazing. You have the ability to actually just work one-on-one, be able to change something up, and now it gets pushed live. So that's kind of nice for print. And then what I'm thinking is going to happen in the future with that is that's going to probably have a plugin for Photoshop. You'd then have the ability, and this is my hypothesis, you'll then have the ability to be able to go into designs, change them, upload them directly to Day as an interface, and that'll be your front end of Day. So it's just now they have this whole 360 mentality of being able to do search. Being able to now go off of the platform of InDesign and Photoshop and push it to Day, and now Day is basically the WYSIWYG backend that gives the ability to program these things.
So one-stop shop of web design.
It sounds like
and
it, yeah.
optimization all in one.
Definitely sounds.
The triumvirate of tools. If you will.
Yes.
All right. Well, sounds like pretty exciting. The good news for Day and for EMG, because we're one of their partners,
Definitely.
and we look forward to working with Day a lot more in the future.
Yeah. Day Ignite 2011 in San Francisco, I believe, is where they announced it.
Yep. Nice.
Yep.
All
so
right.
we'll be there.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Thank you.